What's up, everyone? So in this video, I'm going to be talking about pain meds and how they affect me personally, all right? And I'm just going to be talking about from the point of view of the ones that I've been taking recently. So because of this injury, and I'll give you a brief description real quick, I've had some experiences with a few pain meds, and I'm just going to tell you about how I feel about it. So a few days ago, 4 days ago, I fell off my bike. I hit the brakes. I guess the front brake hit harder than the back. I went over the front, landed on my shoulder, right on the asphalt, and dislocated my left shoulder and then fractured my collarbone right here. And I'll put a picture up right now of the x-ray. But because of that, I've been on a few pain meds, and the ones I'll be talking about today are acetaminophen, ibuprofen, morphine, and oxycodone, right? So I'll tell you about how I feel about those. So number one, let's just go in the order that I had to take them. So number one, I go down, snap everything up. I get my girlfriend to come pick me up, drive me to the emergency department because I didn't want to call an ambulance because I didn't know how much that was going to cost. I get there. It takes me about, from the moment that I went down to the moment that I had my first pain med, it was about 3.5 hours. So those 3.5 hours really sucked. But I finally get in a bed. They get a morphine drip in me. And I'm like, all right, let's see what morphine feels like. Because, you watch TV, hear all the shows, and it's like oxy, morphine, all these things supposed to feel really good. Well, for me, I hated it. It did not take away any of my pain. I could feel, so they put it in, and about 10, 15, 30 seconds later, I felt it like hit, and it hit my whole body all at once. And it felt like I was being like squeezed really hard on the inside on my entire body for like 20 seconds. And then that went away. And then I kind of had this weird, like, nauseous feeling for about 2 hours. And it didn't really help with the pain at all. Maybe, if I'm thinking about it really hard, like maybe when I was just laying there, not moving a muscle at all, in a position that I could get as comfortable as possible, maybe it took a little bit of that resting pain away. But the second I moved or anything, it was the same amount of pain as it was before. So that kind of sucked. It just made me really nauseous. When I had to get up to go get the x-rays done for after they put the shoulder back in, like I almost threw up multiple times, and I just didn't like that at all. So next, they send me home with a sling and a prescription for ibuprofen, acetaminophen, and I guess I can say lidocaine because I've got these lidocaine patches, but I don't really notice if they make a difference or not. And then some oxycodone, right? So kind of with the oxy, it was almost the same thing. The full body squeeze wasn't as intense or severe, but I had this weird full body like warm rush, and then I just felt nauseous. So I don't really understand, and I've tried taking it a few times, but every time it doesn't really help with the pain, and it makes me feel really nauseous. So that sucks. Strike out for morphine and strike out for oxy. Now, surprisingly, when it comes to actual pain relief, for me, ibuprofen does the best. So I'll take 600 to 800 milligrams at one point, at like one time, maybe once or twice a day, and that helps me the most. I don't get nauseous from it at all. I don't get any like acid reflux or anything like that, and I feel like it takes at least a little bit of that pain away to the point where I can stand up, sit down, walk around without too much pain. So I'm down with ibuprofen. Acetaminophen, I feel like kind of does the same thing for me, but it gives me a headache more than ibuprofen does. I don't really know why, but that's that. So out of those 5 medications, I hate morphine. Doesn't really do much. It makes me nauseous. Oxy doesn't really do much and makes me nauseous. Acetaminophen kind of helps, but gives me more of a headache. Lidocaine, these lidocaine patches, I feel like they don't do anything. And I'm coming from the point of view of somebody that the last time I had to get those lidocaine injections in my gums for when they were doing a cavity, they had to do 5 shots before it actually did anything. So that's kind of a moot point. But ibuprofen seems to help the most for me. So, and I've been taking ibuprofen. I kind of figured this out a few years ago. The only thing that really helped me was ibuprofen. So when I get a bad headaches or when I have an injury like this, ibuprofen's the only thing I really go to, and I feel like it kind of helps. So whether that's some kind of weird placebo or not, I don't know. But that's kind of my experience with those drugs. So hope that that let you know something. I hope you know, if you're having issues with these drugs and they're just not doing anything and they're making you nauseous, you're not the only one out there that's experiencing that, and maybe you need to try something, even though it sounds counterintuitive, try something a little less intense and it might help you a little bit more. So I'll see you guys in the next video. And I just realized I forgot to turn the mic on, so this is what it sounds like when I have the mic on. A little bit different than when I don't. I'm going to try to use this in videos from now on, but I keep forgetting to turn it on, so